Welcome, everybody, to something brand new and historic. The 12-team college football playoff is here. And an exciting new wrinkle, these first-round games are on campus in front of hyped-up and partisan crowds. Two teams battling for the right to move on to the quarterfinals. We have a great battle for us here tonight. Two teams with championship aspirations, but trying to define the odds and take a big step closer to that national championship. As we'll see the number 10 seed in this playoff, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the number 7 seed in the playoff, the Georgia Bulldogs. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. We have been waiting for this, the college football playoff with an on-campus environment. Can't wait to get this going. Kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this college football playoff gets underway. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. The Wildcats offense comes on the field first today. And this quarterback, of course, Kirk, he's the guy that stirs the drink for this team.
Talk about the total package. He runs it, produces it, directs it, acts out all the scenes. He's the whole package. I love a quarterback who understands the ins and outs of a football game. This kid plays like he wrote the manual.
It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, you'd love to see a few more yards here to give yourself a better chance on 3rd down. Now, here early in this game, we get a big 3rd down to see if this offensive line can keep the pressure off the quarterback.
And the ball is picked off. And he's got some open field ahead. And that's a solid return after the interception.
This is the worst thing this offense could imagine, is turning the football over in a playoff game on the road, already an underdog. And I love the aggressive mindset to put the ball in the air and be confident in who you are. You just can't turn it over on this big of a stage like that this early in the game.
The offense is set up with excellent field position. On the run, it's ETN. They stop him at the 23. This offense is getting close to the red zone. See what the call is on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. And that's incomplete. Even on a 1st down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. To throw, it's Beck. And this one is caught. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. The Bulldogs are in the red zone now. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. There's the tackle, but 1st down yardage.
That's a good, hard, tough running there to get that 1st down to keep this drive alive. Early in this game, the offense really asserting themselves. They're not thinking about a field goal. They're trying to put this ball in the end zone.
The ball is loose. The offense falls on the fumble, keeps possession.
Wow, that is big-time awareness by his teammate to get on top of that football. As a result, they catch a break and are able to retain possession.
On the ground, trying to muscle across the line. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, this defense is being challenged. They're close to their own goal line, but how about this play? All 11 guys coming together. They stood firm. The result is a short loss for the offense. Nice job.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Nice job by this defense on that 2nd down, so we now have 3rd down and goal. The offense could be thinking about 4-down situation. They need to put the ball into the end zone. They don't want to settle for a field goal here.
And he decides to just throw it away. That's going to bring up 4th down now. So here on 4th down, out comes the field goal team. They'll set up at the right hash mark for this chip shot. And he knocks that one right through. So we have our first points on the board. That makes it 3-0. Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. Okay, the K-State offense is back out on the field now. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Back to pass. It's Johnson. Running out of time in the pocket. Important second down play coming up. From the shotgun, handoff inside. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Kansas State getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up.
One of the areas that separates good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offense is on third down passing plays. And that was a perfect call and really well executed.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Solid game, moves the ball to the 43.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run, but look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
And he moves the ball across midfield and picks up a first down. And the Wildcats looking to keep this drive rolling. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Giddens. And they get him down to wrap up the first period of play. Well, Kirk, it's Georgia on top so far. And the first quarter is in the books. What is a huge opportunity for both these programs to get a step closer to a national championship. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? A handoff from the shotgun. They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there. Second down after that run on the previous play. Back to throw. It's Johnson. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. The Wildcats looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. He'll hand it off. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here. This is crucial. Defense needing a stop on third down. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Kansas State. That kind of execution, a long drive, that's why this team made it to the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with the pass, picking up first downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Can they find the end zone this time out? First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Pulls it in. It's Humphreys. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
Man, I love these big receivers. This time he's able to use his big frame to almost box out the defender on that slant route. If you've got good timing, and this is hard to stop.
They'll run it. Hand it off to the running back. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Man, every defensive coordinator will tell you, I just want my guys to play fast. And how about that one right there? He almost ends up tackling the quarterback as he's handing the ball off. This offense is lucky they didn't end up fumbling.
He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. So off the play fake there, the big tight end gets open downfield.
Well, I love this call right here. Anytime you can run the football, eventually it opens up play action. Linebackers and safeties' eyes are in the backfield. They lose the tight end completely, and the quarterback throws that.
Intercepted, picked off by the defense. They bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway sets up the offense near midfield. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the...
And the ball to the ground. It bounces past the sideline, out of bounds, and they avoid the turnover there. 1st and 10 now for the offense. Using his legs, it's Edwards. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. They don't block the defensive end and shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Made the catch, but he was surrounded, Kirk. Not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a...
Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
And the clock stops now for the 2-minute warning. A chance to strategize here before we reach halftime. And that one is no good. The lead remains at 4 after the miss.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal and 3 points, but instead he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
Caught over the middle. It's Humphreys. They stop him at the 49, but that'll be a first down. Dogs will come to the line and crank up the tempo. First down, looking to throw the football. Receiver makes the catch. They get him down, but not before he gets to the +38. The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Beck. Comes up with the catch.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Looking for a deep completion. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Aren't you taught on defense, Kirk? Don't let him throw the football over your head. Exactly what happened there.
That makes me really wonder if it was some kind of miscommunication. If I'm the defensive coordinator, pull my defensive backs over, make sure everybody's on the same page and getting the right call.
Looks like the returner will try and field this one. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. And Wildcats offense back out on the field. They've got a choice here in the final minute. Do they get aggressive, try to cut into this lead, or play it safe and point toward the second half? Looking for his big tight end. Easy throw to a wide-open receiver downfield. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The game moves the ball past the 40, sets up another 1st and 10. And he'll set up to throw. He's looking deep here. Oh, the pass is picked off. Did he take it all the way? And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
Looking to throw it on first down. And he finds a wide-open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. They bring him down, but that is a huge play for this passing game. Big game. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Looking downfield. It's Beck. Looking to set up a screen pass here. They bring him down, but the back able to pick up some decent yardage in that screen. And the offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. The Dogs are in the red zone. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Grab down the middle. It's Bell. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down. You know, the offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this. Crucial play coming up. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it here. But just gives up on the play, throws it away, and now it's fourth down. So they won't take a shot at the end zone. Out comes the field goal team trying to get 3 before the end of the half. The kick is blocked. Somebody got a hand on that. Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looking to make a play deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Trying for a big play there as time runs out in the first half. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. The magnitude and intensity of these playoff matchups is always something special to be a part of. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
First down here for this offense.
Chris, let's send things back to you and Kirk for what should be a memorable second half as we eagerly anticipate who'll be moving on to the next round of this college football playoff.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Second down play coming up. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Looking to throw. It's back. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Tackle made after the completion.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Can't find anybody on third down. Throws it away. And now fourth down coming up. The Dogs will line up to punt it away. And it's a solid punt headed toward the sideline. And the Kansas State offense is back out on the field. This one has been a defensive stalemate. Let's see if the offense can get something going here. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice game.
He's brought down out at the 46.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. But that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
And he moves the ball across midfield and picks up a first down.
You know, to me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a first down.
Offense getting set. It's second down. And they'll give it to the back. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain. That gain sets up a third down play. Dropping back, it's Johnson. Using his legs on the scramble. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Well, Chris, that's a great example of why we see these college football coaches bringing in baseball coaches to teach these quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy? Make sure he doesn't get hurt.
That's exactly what he did on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and then pick up the first down.
Heads out of bounds is a short gain on the play. And it's a bunch formation. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Looks like Kansas State will have the first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need.
They got him. Defense comes up with a sack.
Well, if you're going to be able to play in the SEC and be a dominant team, you have to have defensive linemen like this right here. We've seen that from Georgia over the years. They've been incredibly blessed to have defensive linemen that can hold up against the run, also have the ability to do this right here, which is pressure the quarterback and come up with those sacks.
This will be the 10th play of the drive, but it's 3rd and long. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. But it's incomplete, and that will now bring up 4th down. So they'll settle for a field goal attempt here. And he's got it from 47 yards away, showing off that deep range. They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? And looking to throw now on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's ETN. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs. 1st down play call. How aggressive will it be? And the wideout goes in motion. Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. Defense is coming after him. And he just throws the ball away there. Nobody open. Excellent coverage. So 2nd down after the incompletion. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. They make the tackle, but that's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 34. We reach the end of 3 in this playoff game. Deadlock, a classic on our hands as we stop to check the game summary so far. Georgia getting set with a 1st and 10 now. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Send the back in motion. Looking to pass. It's back. Caught quickly. A huge hit by the linebacker. A collision of big bodies there.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get into the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Terrible mistake late in the game. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return. Out past the 30. Past the 10. Gonna take it all the way in. Pick 6. Touchdown, Wildcats.
What a play here by the defense. We kept thinking this defense might have to come up with a stop to give the ball back to their own offense to see if they can maybe take the lead. But instead, they take matters into their own hands and come up with a turnover and a touchdown.
Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and they bring the football to the 25-yard line. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They moved the ball in the last possession, but a devastating end of the drive, a pick 6. Can they recover from that right now?
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Looks like Georgia will have the 1st down. Here's a 1st and 10 play.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the 1st down.
Off the play fake on 1st down. And the sack is made. That's a nice play there by the sophomore.
The defender did not bite on the fake at all. They were in pass rush mode the entire time.
So this offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. And the quarterback dropping back. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down. Here we go, a crucial 3rd and 1 late in this game. Try and muscle for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
This is why they're in the playoff, right? Not just the ability to throw the ball, but you get to a critical moment, a 3rd down. You trust that offensive line to come up with a first down, and they get it.
Off play action, he's looking to throw. Grab behind the line, it's Etienne. They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Good enough for first down yardage.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
First down, looking to throw the ball. Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. Tackled, but first down.
Man, what a great effort by the tight end. Not only does he make the catch, but how about the effort there to break that tackle to pick up more yards?
And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve as much clock as possible. And now the handoff. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
A big hit by the linebacker. Physical tackle there, big versus big. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Looking for 6. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
And just like that, Chris, we got a touchdown here, and they're an extra point away from taking the lead. Unbelievable to watch this quarterback and this offense work.
And that PAT gives us a tie ball game here in the final quarter. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if we give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And they've got the returner corralled. Okay, the K-State offense is back out on the field now. Your worst-case scenario, you go to overtime. But can they make something happen here? Try to win it in regulation. Let's see. Cannot get the throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this stage of the game. And a timeout is called to talk strategy here. Tie game late in the 4th quarter. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now 3rd down coming up. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Runs through the defender. They'll tackle him after a short game. A cautious call there on 3rd and long. And the defense will take a timeout here. 22 seconds on the clock. And the Wildcats will line up to boot it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. There's a screen pass to the running back. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense?
Good time here to drop this screen in by the offensive coordinator, and a nice job by the running back being able to pick up some positive yards here on this play.
They wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down. And a timeout is taken, just 2 seconds left on the clock. So the coach will decide to settle for 3 points here. Out comes the field goal unit. And a timeout is taken, just 2 seconds left on the clock. A chance for this kicker to be a hero and win the game from 54 yards out. It's good. This playoff run continues with a kick for the ages. In these playoff games, it's win or go home. So one side can continue to dream about the national championship. The